Hello everyone. My name is Reverend Chrissy Ball. If you're watching on YouTube, you may know me better as Claire Lachat. I'm going to be doing collective and zodiac readings between requests, starting with an astrological update and some channeled messages. I have prepared some notes ahead of time, so if it sounds like I'm reading from a script, I might be. Just a reminder that donations start at $1 and my payment links are in the description. I also accept Facebook Pay, but give me just a second. I'm going to get my live stream pulled up on my page so that I can see when comments come in. I'm pulling it up on my computer. Alright, and I'll be able to watch for messages on Messenger as well. So here we go. First thing I want to start with is some channeled messages and an astrology update. We're going to start with this astrology update. So with Pluto, Saturn, Neptune, and Chiron, or Chiron, I'm not sure how you're supposed to pronounce it, all being in retrograde for much of the year, we're in a time of profound self-reflection, reevaluation of relationships, and intense political discourse. This period will unveil hidden truths and major scandals. Recently, Gabriel reached out to me about my role as a diviner, guiding me to witness and to share these events as they unfold. He warned me that the seeds of war are being planted and suggested that we may face large-scale conflict within the next year. We already are seeing these revelations come to light with the recent hacking of the Heritage Foundation, exposed hypocrisy, troubling financial dealings, and unethical practices. And while the recent phone call between Robert F. Kennedy Jr. and Donald Trump has cast doubts on their political stances, these scandals, along with all of the terrifying details of Project 2025, are bringing long-buried secrets to our attention. In my personal reflections, I'm navigating the upcoming election with caution, supported by supported by like-minded individuals who have long believed that profound changes that we're about to see could signal the end of days in our lifetime. That's a belief that many people in my life, including myself, have held since childhood. And as I personally continue to observe the events to come, it's my duty to voice my findings, even if it seems quiet in such a noisy world. Anyway, let's get into it. Donations start at $1 for requested readings, and your support helps me continue this work. So we are gonna start with let's start with our Magical Bitch Monday. And I'm sure you guys have noticed that I am not where I usually am, and that's because my boyfriend is sick and I let him have the living room so he could watch House of the Dragon because I didn't want to disturb him. Anyways, let's see what the Magical Bitch Oracle has to say for the collective today. Okay, so for the collective, learn to set some boundaries. Damn. So, essentially, just us as a whole. I know there's a lot of people out there right now who do struggle with boundaries, especially if you happen to be like neurodivergent. It's important to set clear boundaries and really enforce them. There are ways to enforce your boundaries without just like being a dick about it. But you know what? Sometimes it's okay to be a dick about it if you have to. But yeah, collectively, it's time to set some boundaries. While I've got this out, I'll go ahead and go through and see what the Magical Bitch Oracle has to say to each of the signs. Let's go ahead and let's pull for Aries. Aries, fuck other people's opinions of you. You do you. You are doing a great job, and it doesn't matter what anyone else thinks. You gotta live your life the way you want to. All right. Let's go on with our next cardinal sign. We'll do our earth sign. Sorry, I'm trying to remember what order I want to do these in. Cardinal earth sign. Capricorn. Let's go. Put the hair dye down. You're having a moment. Everything seems out of your control and you feel like the hair dye is the one thing you can control. Put the hair dye down. Put it down. Give it a few days. If you still feel like you want to dye your hair, go for it. Don't do it impulsively. If it's not hair dye, it's something else. Just generally with your physical appearance. It could be scissors. It could be going to impulsively get a piercing, a tattoo. Whatever it is, just give yourself some time to think about it before you impulsively act. It's not like you to be impulsive. Take a moment, breathe, think it through. Okay, now we'll go in with our cardinal air sign. Aquarius. Right? Or Libra? Having a moment. No, Libra's the fixed one. Sorry. Brain fart. So Aquarius. Nobody can hold you back but you, bitch. This could mean one of a few things, but what I'm feeling right now is that you are currently holding yourself back. There are some things, some projects that you'd love to get started on, but you're kind of making excuses about other people as to why you can't get started on these projects. You're so worried about what other people think, or you're blaming someone else for not doing their part of this project. Whatever it is, you are creating excuses for why these things aren't getting done. You're the only one that can allow yourself to move forward, and the only one who can keep yourself from doing so as well. And on the flip side of that, you may genuinely feel like there are other people who are holding you back, but you don't have to let them. You can tell them to fuck off, and that you're just gonna continue without them. And then our cardinal water sign, Cancer. All right, when someone shows you who they are, believe them. You're making excuses for people. You are allowing these people to walk all over you, because they are over here showing you exactly who they are. They're taking advantage of you, but you keep making excuses for them. I'm getting, it's not their fault. They have all this going on in their life. There's so much pressure on them. Well, what about the pressure on you? You know, like, you've got to put yourself first in these situations. And if someone's showing you over and over and over that they are a toxic person, it's time for you to let them go and not just keep them in your life because, oh, you know, they're my family, they're my best friend, they're my partner, they didn't mean it, you know, whatever it is, the excuse that you're using, it's time to stop using that excuse and just look at the facts, the events that have happened. Don't look at your feelings surrounding them, just break it down to the bare bones facts. Once you look at that, you will really start to see the blatant disrespect that is being thrown your way. Let's go into fixed signs now. We'll start back up here with the fire, and we'll go to Leo. Okay, Leo. Stop letting them have so much power over you, babe. Kind of the same thing that we just talked about with Cancer and also with Aquarius. Like, you're letting people have too much power over your life and, you know, how it's going to go when you're the one who's supposed to be in the driver's seat. It's your life. I kind of feel like for you, it's more so that you just don't want to step on anybody's toes. You feel like if you take the reins, then this other person or group of people in your life is going to feel like they've been kind of done wrong. But that's not the case. I feel like you've recently entered into kind of a partnership with somebody, whether it's romantic or like in your career, or even just with friends. In this particular case, I'm kind of feeling like it's in your career where someone else has always kind of been in charge, but you now have your own team that you're in charge of, and now you keep going back to this other person who's always been in charge and like asking them for their advice. But it's time to realize that if anyone wanted that person to be in charge, they would have put that person in charge, not you. It's time to bring what you bring to the table and lay it down. show everyone what it is that you bring to the table. Show them why you were chosen over everyone else. I'm going to grab some water real quick. Okay, now we've done our fixed fire sign. Let's do our fixed earth sign, Taurus. Taurus, stop questioning it. The answer is yes. You have been torturing yourself over a question in your mind, and the answer is yes. And based on the little happy face on this thing, this is a situation where you just really did not want the answer to be no. You know who you are and you know what it's about. I don't. Not this time. Alright, so now our fixed water sign. Okay, our fixed water sign. That would be Scorpio. Your intuition is right, damn it. So if you're a Scorpio and you have been really pondering on a situation, particularly if you've been getting signs of confirmation, I'm feeling like you've probably been seeing a lot of angel numbers, and just more signs that are specific to you as well, coming through and delivering a message, and you've been kind of doubting if that message was correct or not. Listen to your intuition on this one. It's not going to steer you wrong. And now for our fixed air sign, Libra. Fuck them. If they wanted to, they would. There's someone in your life who has just not been showing up for you. I kind of feel like this might have some romantic connotations to it. There's someone that you have been kind of pining over, and it's like this will they, won't they, kind of cat and mouse situation. But it's time to give yourself an answer here. If they wanted to, they would. Take yourself out of the equation. Odds are they're going to change their tune as soon as you do. And it's up to you what you do when that situation arises. But don't forget that before you took yourself away, they had no interest in chasing you. Alright, and now for our mutable signs. So our mutable fire sign, Sagittarius. Damn, you need a hobby. I kind of get the feeling on this one, it kind of feels a little snarky to me. Damn, you need a hobby. I feel like this is someone who spends a lot of time worrying about what other people have going on in their lives. And, you know, in a way that is a hobby, but it's not a very healthy one. You've got all this energy that you're focusing on, you know, what's Billy Bob doing with Mary Sue, and you're like just really nosy about it. You're really just watching them like a hawk, and trying to get to the bottom of what they're doing, but you need to worry about yourself. There's a song I wrote a while back, and there's a line in there. It goes, when you're used to lying, I understand the truth becomes a chore. So I'm kind of feeling like there's something that you're wanting to hide for yourself, and you're kind of caught up in these lies, but there's no like avoiding the truth here. It's going to come out if it hasn't already. And while you're minding everyone else's business, well, they're going to mind yours right back. But you could be channeling all this energy into something more productive and more fun for you, and something that allows you to mind your business a little bit more. So, yeah, you need a hobby. Now we'll do our mutable earth sign, Virgo. Take that new job. It's perfect for you. That's very cut and dry. You've been kind of hunting around for jobs. Somebody made an offer. You're a little on the fence about it, but you rationally, you know this is the perfect job for you too. You're more worried about like leaving your current job high and dry, but remember that if it was reversed and they were firing you, they wouldn't hesitate. So you should do the same. Just go ahead, put in your 2 weeks, and go take this other job because it's very clear that you really want it. Now we'll do our mutable water sign, Pisces. You know what, bitch? It is time for you to cut your hair. Go ahead. So, you're debating a haircut. Maybe it's getting too long. Maybe it's just time for a change. Maybe it's getting a little bit damaged. You want to cut off the dead ends. Whatever the case, go for it. Cut your hair. You're good to go. Hair does hold energy and it holds memories. So if there is something that you're wanting to like symbolically let go of, this is a great way to do it. Okay, and then finally our mutable air sign, Gemini. Whoop. So you actually, whoa. Okay, Gemini, you have a few. Okay. Let that asshole go. Let that shitty, wow, I can't talk. Let that shitty job go. Just let it go. Nobody can hold you back but you, bitch. and make up your mind before it's made up for you. You are struggling with a decision, and that decision appears to be letting somebody go. I am assuming that this is some asshole, possibly your partner, who you've been debating for a long time. You've been saying to yourself, I'm going to leave him, I'm going to leave her, whoever. This is not good for me. This isn't good for them. This isn't good for anyone involved. And it's getting to the point where if you don't make a move, you're either going to be stuck in this relationship for far too long, or they're going to come in and you're going to split on their terms instead of yours. So it is time to go ahead and let it go and move forward. Stop holding yourself back. And stop letting them hold you back. You're giving them way too much power. I did start this a little bit early. Sorry. I was supposed to start at 8 and I started at 7:30, but I finished my dinner a little bit early. In the meantime, let's go in with the Fool's Journey. And let's do some collective. Ooh, let me put something in the comments real quick that I just thought of. I just posted in the comments, feel free to suggest collective prompts because I would actually love to know what my viewers want to see when I do my collective readings. But in the meantime, I'm just going to see what Spirit has to say, particularly about this coming retrograde energy. What can the collective expect, besides what I've already channeled and shared? Okay, so we have the Four of Wands reversed, personal celebration, inner harmony, conflict with others, transition. We have the Four of Pentacles reversed, overspending, greed, self-protection. And then the Nine of Pentacles, abundance, luxury, self-sufficiency, financial independence. So to me, this is kind of saying there will be a reason for personal celebration by the end of this retrograde season, which is a very long season. You're going to be growing. You will be doing a lot to protect yourself spiritually, mentally, financially. I get the feeling that a lot of this is going to be money hoarding. And honestly, it seems like there's a need for it. You're going to want to save. It seems like a lot of this is going to be fear-driven, where you're going to see what's going on in the world and you're going to be like, man, I need to prepare myself. I need to save. I need to hold on to my money with my dear life. And actually, that's not a bad idea. Obviously, we don't want another depression, so we do want to keep spending. We just don't want to overspend. We want to make sure that we are keeping some savings for ourselves to set up financial security for when all of this is over. Let's see. Let me do another just general collective for the retrogrades. Okay, so now we have the Moon reversed, the Nine of Pentacles reversed, and the Three of Wands. So we have release of fear, repressed emotion, inner confusion, self-worth, overinvestment in work, hustling, and then we have progress, expansion, foresight, overseas opportunities. To me, this is kind of saying that we need to release the fears that we have. There will be a lot of like self-reflection and adapting to ever-changing circumstances, which is to be expected in this retrograde season because it is going to be a very emotionally charged time. There's going to be a lot of political discourse. You're probably going to lose a lot of long-term friendships that really meant something to you. But with that being said, you're going to discover a lot about yourself. You're going to really understand your own values, where your boundaries are to be set, lines drawn in the sand. And by the end of it, you're going to come out of it with a much more well-rounded sense of self. I'm also feeling like the friends that you have at the end of this retrograde season is going to be the friends that stay with you for the next several years to come. I kind of want to say for your lifetime, like these are going to be your lifelong friends, but I don't know if it's necessarily going to be a whole lifetime. I am seeing decades though, like multiple decades. So these are going to be your important relationships, your ride or die connections. Let's see. I want to use my Anima Tarot. And Loki is just dying to come out. And I'm getting, don't read the reverse unless you feel like you have to. So he wants me to use this as an oracle deck right now. Okay, Loki, what do you want to say to the collective right now? Okay, we have the Eight of Pentacles. We are all apprentices in a craft where no one ever becomes a master. Ernest Hemingway. And then the Hierophant. Tradition is not the worship of ashes, but the preservation of fire. Gustav Mahler. I'm kind of getting the feeling that he wants to speak directly to his followers, the one, not necessarily the collective, but the ones who follow him specifically. And he wants to talk about education and preserving history. Oh, come on now. You know you have more to say. Okay. And then here we have the Knight of Swords. Never consider the possibility of failure. As long as you persist, you will be successful. Brian Tracy. And the Three of Swords. When your heart is broken, you plant seeds in the cracks and you pray for rain. Andrea Gibson. So for me, I feel like with all of this together, he's talking about education, preserving history, believing that you will be successful, and basically rising from the ashes and growing through the pain when your heart is broken. So he's more or less telling you guys that there's a lot that needs to be learned from history right now. There's a lot that we need to consider as we move forward in these trying times. We have a need to move forward with confidence and apply our knowledge as we go. There will be hard times, but our duty through all of this is to keep going. As long as we persist, we will be successful. So, yes, there will be times when we get knocked flat on our asses. There will be times when it seems like everything is hopeless, but it's all a learning experience. We have to take our previous experiences, our current experiences, and apply them towards the future that we are trying to create. This could be as personal as your own healing journey, or it could be as enormous as making a difference in the world and creating a better tomorrow for the coming generations. And each of you is going to have your own interpretation of what your role in all of this is, but start with the personal. Start with what you do personally, because once you get going on that, the rest will come a lot more naturally. I've noticed lately when I do live streams, between this one and the last one, I haven't really had any viewers. I had somebody tune in for a few minutes during my last one. But it seems like right now, I'm not necessarily meant to speak to people. I'm not meant, I may get some people in here who want personal readings, but it seems like right now the objective is for me to speak to the masses. So I do feel that there may be a bit of a block in who's viewing during the live stream, so that I will continue to do the collective readings and bring forth these incredibly important messages, and especially having been drawn to share my personal channelings at the beginning. It kind of seems like that block is for a reason. And I definitely feel the energy flowing better in my collective readings than I did in my zodiac portion, and that might just be because I was just getting started with the zodiacs today, but it could also be that the most important part of this video is the collective. So we'll see. I hope all of this reaches the right people. Let's see. Gabriel wants to talk. This whole spread came out upside down, and it feels like it needs to be right side up. So we're going to do that. Okay. So first, we have the Nine of Wands. Fire is the test of gold, adversity of strong men. Seneca. We have the Nine of Swords. He who is not every day conquering some fear has not learned the secrets of life. Shannon L. Alder. The Page of Pentacles. Today or any day, that phone may ring and bring good news. Ethel Waters. Yeah, making sure I read her name right. And the Tower. Another flaw in the human character is that everybody wants to build and nobody wants to do maintenance. Kurt Vonnegut. So to me, this is kind of saying that, once again, hard times are coming, but he does have good news if we all do our part and we all do the maintenance. The fears that we are all facing right now, if we all band together and get working on it now, we can actually make a change. We can avoid the crumbling tower if we do the maintenance now before the problems start. We don't have to wait for everything to crumble and fall so we can fix it. We need to get in here and find the cracks and patch them. And that's the good news, is that we still can. We just have to get in there and do the work. I know that times are very scary and we are entering some terrifying times right now, but that light at the end of the tunnel is that as long as we work together and actually try, then we do have a hope of making a difference. Hello, Katie. Good to see ya. Welcome. doing personal readings by donation, or if you have a suggestion for what you want me to focus on for a collective reading, I absolutely can. Oh, I lost her. Gonna give it a minute. And then I'll probably move on to another collective reading. I have been at it for almost an hour, and I realized that I started earlier than what I posted, and I'm so sorry about that. But I am starting to actually lose a lot of energy. So I'm gonna do one more spread, try to fill up the next 6 minutes, and then I guess I'm just done for the night. Hades wants to talk. Hades wants to talk about Pluto retrograde specifically. So Pluto has been in retrograde for a while, and it will stay in retrograde for a while. So we have the High Priestess, intuition, sacred knowledge, divine feminine, the subconscious mind. We have the World reversed, seeking personal closure, shortcuts, delays, disharmony. We have the Hermit, soul searching, introspection, being alone, inner guidance. The Page of Pentacles, manifestation, financial opportunity, skill development. And the Hierophant, spiritual wisdom, religious beliefs, conformity, tradition, institutions. So to me, this kind of is saying that during Pluto retrograde, there's going to be a lot of time for self-reflection. We're going to feel ourselves really wanting to withdraw into ourselves and just get in touch with our own personal beliefs, hone our intuition. I do feel like there will be some situations that come forth that are specifically designed to test our intuition and to show us, hey, you have a good intuition. You're pretty good at interpreting things for what they are. And I feel like in a lot of cases, we are going to doubt ourselves during this period. And we're going to doubt not only our intuition, but our skills. We're going to be developing our personal beliefs and getting familiar with some things that we really haven't tried before. And I'm feeling like as long as we keep our faith within ourselves, in what we believe in what we believe we can do as far as our abilities are concerned, that our manifestations will come to fruition, and we will be able to trust our intuition through this process, because we're going to be receiving our signs, we're going to be receiving our tests, and we're going to be receiving confirmation throughout this period on what it is that we are predicting, And this is going to be just a mass spiritual awakening for a lot of people. Shadow work is imperative during this time. We have to heal ourselves. We have to get through and revisit the hard moments in our lives that have led us up to the lessons that we are sorting through now. That's really all I'm getting from this. There's just going to be that shadow work and the confirmation in all the signs that we're receiving. And these are going to be very personalized signs. They're not going to be like the kind of things that you can look up on the internet. These are going to be things that you have been putting together with your guides over the years, and that's going to be the main communication. Like, yes, you'll get your angel numbers like you normally would. Yes, you'll be able to, like, when you see a bird, you can go by what color it is or whatever. But there's also going to be some very, like, specific personal signs mixed in with all of that nobody else is really going to understand unless you've explained it to them in detail. But that's really all I'm getting on that. And I'm actually going to wrap it up on the readings, but I do want to talk about one other project that I have going on. I'm writing a Reiki course. So me and my friend Brittany took online Reiki courses on Udemy a while back, and we have been trying to find time to sit down and write out the curriculum for our own course, and we are finally getting around to that. It's still in the writing stages, and I've got like half a first draft. But I'm very excited for when we do finish it and we get to share it. It's going to be really exciting. I think we're definitely going to put it on Udemy. Like, that's the goal, and that's like been the plan all along. So we'll be doing like videos with us as the instructors teaching how to do Reiki. But I'm also going to publish it as a book when we get to that point. And I want to put all of this out at the same time so that everything's published and copyrighted at the same time. But yeah, I'm super excited about it. But I just want to thank everyone for watching. I really appreciate it. I had a great time. Didn't really have anyone on live with me, but that's okay. I'm just really excited to have gotten my messages out. But thank you so much, and I will see y'all in the next one.